Peace and greetings, my dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to the Chosen's Path. I am the common denominator, your spiritual friend slash brother in these days that we are in, connecting with y'all live. I had to put this video together for y'all, and before we go ahead and get into it, let us bless the name of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, the Lord of our Savior, our elder brother Yeshua ben Yosef. We bless his name. The Lord that is the creator of the heavens and the earth. We bless his name. My dear brothers and sisters, blessings, peace, and blessings to all of y'all as well. Thank you so much for connecting with me today. Today we're not going to spend too much time in the introduction. I want us to go ahead and get right on into the main point. Today we're going to be talking about the fact that we as a collective body on this planet, we are not very conscious of the reality of the fact that we all contribute. We are all contributing to the betterment and to the negative outcomes on this planet, individually and collectively. We are not conscious of this. And so that is why it is much more easier for us to point fingers at others and blame them for a lot of situations, rather than seeing how even we, from an individualized standpoint, how we contribute to the bigger picture, the bigger outcome. We never really see it. When we pay attention to politics, we get to see how easy it is for us to fall into this trap. We subscribe to a political party that holds on to certain values and agendas, and we subscribe to it. And then there is a leader of this political party. It doesn't mean that they, in totality, embody everything. It is the party as a whole that embodies those ideologies, including the leader. And when the leader does not meet up to the demands and the expectations, we see that those who subscribe to that party are not satisfied, because they play this active role of projecting a majority of the responsibility upon the leader of the political party, without really getting to see how even they themselves individually, from a thought standpoint, how they affect the decisions and the outcomes in their immediate reality, and how that ripples, how it continually echoes out and plays even into our communities and our societies. You project so much energy upon one being, and then now there is this exchange that you pretty much probably don't even have that much of a big say over, because they're dictating and you are just absorbing, and then you're building down these thoughts within yourself, and it gets so fragmented and you don't really know what's truly happening, because it's not really a dialogue. You're just receiving and you are contemplating within yourself, fragmented, feeling like there is some type of divide externally, not really seeing how in thought form, once you truly ground yourself in thought form on that which truly matters, you realize that they are playing the role, and you also have a very important role to play, starting from your thought. Not what they are projecting upon you, but starting from your thought. The foundation is all in the mind. My dear brothers and sisters, are we connecting today? Welcome to the Chosen's Path. I am the common denominator, and y'all already know that we're not going to hold back. No, not today. Not today, my dear brothers and sisters. Yes, we have to start to see how we have been focusing a lot of our attention on individualized effort, and we are not seeing how collectively we are all contributing, because we're much more focused on the individualized aspect, my dear brothers and sisters. We are not landing yet. We're gonna hover a little bit. So please stay afloat with me today. You get to see that we are living in times when a lot of people are complaining about inflation. And mind you, we are not the first. A lot of people have been complaining about the economic standpoint, not just from the national level, but globally, and we are not the first, right? Generations before us have complained about the systems they were in, and even generations before that have complained. We have sociologists who have studied some of the impacts from the economic, the cultural, societal, and so many different facets that contribute to these different cycles that we operating from the consumer standpoint, as we are always just looking to gain what we feel we need to sustain ourselves and our families for today and hopefully into tomorrow and the near future. But we don't really get to look into all of the different aspects, all of those different factors that contribute to that which is affecting us, my dear brothers and sisters. And when we start to take a step back, we pull ourselves out to really try to get a clearer view of the bigger picture, not just involving ourselves or our families, but now everyone. We start to see that from a thinking standpoint, from our own thoughts, we are truly not grounded as we ought to be projecting that which can bring about a change that is not just meant to benefit selfish desires, but a change that's going to echo into the future, laying a solid foundation. That way, even if we don't get to enjoy the privileges of some of this greater unselfish effort that we are projecting, there is going to be a generation that would pick up from that. But since our minds are so narrowly focused upon the struggles of today, and truly, we cannot really blame ourselves, because that is how the systematical order has set the premises for us to launch our thinking, right? We are now launching thought from the standpoint of lack. There is this lack mentality that has been embedded in us because we are working super hard, and we turn around and give the money right back to those agencies that have set this up that we now find ourselves in, the moment that we are in, right? But now we have to rise in thought. We have to rise into a reality that comes about from us thinking it consciously, not just letting it happen. We are seeing that there is a reality that is happening, not because we are consciously saying it should happen that way, but because there are a group of individuals who are curating this reality, and they are buying us into it through the voting system, right? Every time we pledge through the voting system, we are buying into the reality that they're projecting for us. Now we're saying we have to already have the idea of the greater reality that we want to live on this planet within ourselves. We truly have to consciously think it. And once we start thinking it, we start to align our values in our communities to tie into this. And then now when we get into these parties, these political parties that we find ourselves in, these are the points that we ought to be bringing up. It is not about letting the leader who is in cahoots with certain corporations project their values upon us, and then now we find ourselves signing contracts that don't really benefit us. It is always favoring the corporations. We're now saying it cannot be that way. We know the power of thought. We know the power of thinking, right? Projecting. They are projecting thought upon us. And the dialogue is not necessary. It's not really even a dialogue. It's more of a dictating type of thing. They're now using their screens and their auditory systems to project through us or to us. And we are just soaking it in, fragmented within ourselves. Because the dialogue, it's not a dialogue. They project on us, we stomach it in, we talk amongst ourselves, but they got a whole totally different agenda, and we're just going with it. So now I'm saying, my dear brothers and sisters, it is time for us to rise within ourselves to the reality that we truly know could be made manifest. Not one that we think is far-fetched. We don't have to necessarily be so grounded in the struggle of the now. We can start to see the future in truth and in spirit. It echoes. Our being echoes through our children. And so now we are not just focused on the struggles of now. We shift our effort into a time that's going to bring about that which even those coming after us would be much more grateful for. You see how we are not even able to maintain memory of that which our ancestors sacrificed for us to experience what we have now. because we're so caught up in the now. And if we're caught up in the now and we're not thinking about how it echoes into the future, just imagine the ones coming after us, if they're even going to be able to be conscious of the fact that we had to go through a lot just to sustain our livelihoods in this moment. So that's how we are now thinking, my dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to the Chosen's Path. We're not going to get this video to be too deep today. I just wanted to connect with y'all. That way we can not just be so focused on problems and then we discuss temporary solutions. Now we are talking about the problem, but we are shifting down into solutions that are going to last well into the future. When our children are coming in, they're not coming in to stumble upon more problems that we could have easily resolved. They're stumbling across possibilities and more solutions, my dear brothers and sisters. Don't y'all think? Let me know how y'all feel in the comment section. I always love it when we get to dialogue, because we're no longer just talking just to talk. Here we get practical. Here we're not just talking just to debate and then share stuff on the tube. That's not what this is about. We have to start to let the word become active within us. As we are contemplating in thought, we are bringing it now into reality. We have to contemplate it in thought, not just amongst each other, not just debating, bouncing words back and forth. Now we are bringing about that reality from within each and every one of us. Wherever you at on the planet, you a light worker. Now step in and put your lamp up and let it shine all the way across your path. And then as we are bringing about this greater light, we get to see our path as a collective, my dear brothers and sisters. Let's cap it at that. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Until next time, I am the common denominator. Y'all be blessed. Peace.